I
the
have to. No, I
on
got it. I got
OBS.
it. Okay, let me just change. We're doing.
He's doing it backwards.
We're doing this
He's
in
doing it live, and I'm going to change the thumbnail.
Where's the thumbnail?
I'm going to put the title.
Okay, I think this is the thing.
Okay, we're live now.
That's not it. Okay.
We're live.
We're live. Okay, how's it going,
Let you
guys?
know.
Captain Kuba here. Give me just a sec, okay? There we go. God damn it! The file's bigger than 2 M. Okay. Can you? We'll do the thumbnail later, okay? I don't care. Like this.
Yeah.
This is more important. Okay, undo. But no thumbnail for you guys. All right. All right. How's it going, guys? Captain Kuba here. Who is this beautiful man I have right here with me? You guys.
I don't know.
Who is this guy? Can you introduce yourself? Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Midgard Chronicler.
My name is Jeff. All right.
My name is Jeff.
If you don't,
Hello, I am the Midgard Chronicler, a YouTuber of God of War videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Link will be somewhere.
There you go. It should be in the chat. I think at least I got that. Okay. Chronicler, you want to briefly go over why we're here? I know I'm the one who started this thing, but I'll give you the honors of explaining just, briefly what we've uncovered, okay? And why we needed to do this, okay? Go ahead, take it away.
So I am sure you have already all watched Kuba's most recent video that he put out this morning
and
concerning
yours. Okay.
And mine. Yeah. It's hey, let me get to it. You saw it, and you saw that me and him made a pretty big discovery concerning God of War 3, and Deimos specifically. And the gist of it is that Deimos was supposed to appear in God of War 3 first, and not in Ghost of Sparta. But after we released these videos, we have made more discoveries and more clues concerning this. And I don't know if you want me to reveal what those are specifically.
I'll go over it because I understand that not everybody follows us on Twitter and stuff. So we had made the post.
Who did Elijah?
We had made the post about our videos, right? And a guy, I forgot his name now. My bad, man. My bad.
Elijah Wood.
No, not Elijah Wood. A guy shared the clip of Elijah Wood.
Oh.
And it's a clip of Elijah Wood talking about his role in God of War 3. I had known he worked in God of War 3, but because I'm not a big Lord of the Rings fan, I had never seen this because, I hate to say it, Elijah Wood's mostly known for Lord of the Rings, right? That I know of.
Yeah.
So I never felt the need to click on this video, but the very last fucking question would have changed my video. Like, not change it, but would have added so much to it. Just listen to what this guy said.
Who did Elijah Wood voice in God of War? I'd completely forgotten I did a voice for that. Apparently Kratos' brother Demios. And I remember I was killed, and I get my head ripped off. I had to scream. That was, I vaguely remember that. That was so long ago.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Hey,
are you shitting me?
See, the annoying thing is, I knew about this. I've seen this before.
You saw the video.
I've watched this like whenever it came out, and the thing is, we've known that Elijah Wood voiced like Deimos or something in the past, but I didn't really think much of it. I just saw I saw him like, oh yeah, he voiced Deimos, we know that, but it never clicked in my head when we made these discoveries that he was talking about God of War 3 specifically. I mean, obviously Kratos or no one tore anyone's head off in that game, but like it just completely went past my head. And I actually, like 2 days ago, I researched Elijah Wood Deimos because I thought he talked about it somewhere. But I couldn't remember where. And there it is now, with like a couple hours after we've released the video. So that's great for us.
What I find so amazing about this whole thing is that no one, all of these things were just spread out on the internet. Like all of these little things, right? The concept art by Andy Park, just clues within God of War 3 itself. Elijah Wood opening up talking about it. Corey Barlock mentioning that Deimos was gonna be. It's like they're everywhere. All you needed was two brilliant minds like ourselves, and we put it all together. And it's like, it's insane. And I wanted to talk about a couple of things. Is everything okay, honey?
Yeah, no. The reason why I keep coming back
Is the audio not good?
The audio is like Midgard's on. It's like
Here,
way
here.
better than yours.
Okay,
You're just
alright.
like so quiet, and you're like
Okay,
in a
there,
tunnel.
there we
And
go.
I've been trying to fix it very
Okay,
quietly. This
it should
whole
be good now.
time.
It should be good now. So, okay,
Get closer to the mic.
get
bro.
closer to the mic. There we go. I'm just like, look, it's not often that you get to find something as big as this. It's like the entire original story that I suspect was Cory Barlog's before he left. Because
Yes.
early in the development, he left. And then he went on to work on God of War Ghost of Sparta, right?
Yeah, he wrote it.
Yeah, and that's where the demo story ended. And it's just so crazy. Oh my god, dude. It's so crazy. I love Cory. I love Cory so much, but he really has to stop like leaving his projects halfway through, man. I can't handle this anymore. I thought
I mean, he came back. He made
he
it.
did.
You know.
I at first I thought it was just like, oh yeah, he only did 2018, and then he let Ragnarok go to Eric. But I'm okay with that. But are you telling me now that the Marked Warrior prophecy was gonna be in God of War 3, the story that whole prophecy matters the most? It's just it's freaking insane, man. It's just. Oh my god! That's why I had to make this emergency, like, podcast, just geeking out about it, because tomorrow I won't be like this. But
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those instances where it's really a shame how things turned out, because after discovering this, after looking at this, after hearing this, it really seems like this aspect of it, the brothers aspect, would have really elevated God of War 3 beyond what it is right now. God of War 3 is an incredible game, but everyone's kind of been open about the problems with the story, right? With the Pandora's box and all that. And this aspect of it would have really honed in Kratos's humanity and lack of humanity in that story. It would have really made it more personal than ever, because never really had a game where a live relative of Kratos is around and they're conflicting more than as well. It would have been you talked about it. In your video,
I again, like in my video, of course, it leans more into the theory part where I'm making more assumptions and stuff. We don't really know what this story would have looked like, but now thanks to Elijah Wood, we know that he would have gotten his head ripped off, and this whole video has really made me even more interested in game development, because it really shows how a lot of these things that get cut end up in other places, right? So I think my wife is the one who brought it up. Is like, I wonder if the animation of Helios getting his head ripped off was originally the animation for Deimos getting his head ripped off, right? And it's just I don't know. There's so many things in God of War 3 now that I just look at it differently. Like the first stage with the Zeus fight, it's 2D, and it's like it's showing you like the two sides of the same coin, like the Kratos, the brothers of blood, right? And it's like they're both facing each other. And there's this whole other thing of, one brother ended on Mount Olympus being a god, and the other one was in the lowest pits of the underworld. It's like it's so symbolic, and like you said, like it would have elevated the story of God of War 3 a lot more, right? But you know what? It's in the past. It's all good, right? Something that I wanted to ask you about, because people have been pointing this thing out to me. We gotta talk about the remakes, obviously. What is your take on remakes if they take some liberties with the story, if they add new things?
I think it's a very, very dangerous road to take, because people are talking about, what if we remake the games with the new Norse camera? I don't think that would work for many reasons. First of all, for preservation's sake. Second of all, because the scale of it and Kratos feeling so small is such a big part of those games, and it just wouldn't feel the same. I feel kind of similarly regarding the story. There are missed opportunities. There are things that changed around. We lost Sparta and Atlantis in God of War 2, but, it found its way into Ghost of Sparta and so on and so on. So I think it is what it is, that the games are what they are. And, besides, they get mentioned pretty directly in Ragnarok.
I was going to ask you this, because I haven't played Ragnarok in a while, and I know he mentions Deimos. Does he mentions that he dies? I'm looking for areas where if they were to remake the story with this storyline or a similar one, would it be a contradiction of what's already been said in Ragnarok, right? Does Kratos say that Thanatos kills him, or does it
No.
keep it vague?
No, I think he just brings up his brother and that he lost him. That's kind of the extent of it. I guess you can reshape the story, but God of War 3 specifically, first of all, it's still available in modern consoles, right? It's the only Greek game that is actively, being promoted. It's on sale all the time. I see it.
I mean, it's free with
that's
PlayStation Plus if you have it. So
yeah, that as well. Yeah. But so this specific story, this specific game, I think fans would be most protective about. You can change, like, you can think about, oh, what if Deimos was in God of War 3, but people love this game so much the way it is that I think it would be very dangerous for them to mess around with that. And honestly, I think that concerns all the other games as well.
I tend to agree with you. I think God of War 3 being the end of the Greek saga, it's gonna remain untouched. And even if they were to like remake some things, it would feel like almost another reboot, like another soft reboot where they're changing things in the story. And I think that would really leave Greek fans feeling left out, because it's more like, great, like even our favorite games are not even canon anymore, because now we have to think of Deimos as being in God of War 3, right?
Right.
But look, I know like COD content is a really fun topic to talk about, because you get to fill it in with your head with how good it would have been, right? Because you don't know, you didn't work in Santa Monica, you don't know the issues that would have come with having that story, right? So you get to kind of fantasize like, oh, it would have been better, but we really don't know. And it might have been, having Deimos in God of War 3 might have, in a way, diverted the focus of the gods and the their end. Because I kind of did the video, but I'm like, I don't know exactly how the gods would fit in all this. Would they just be watching and waiting until one of them was dead? So I don't know. I don't know, but it's just such a cool discovery. And because we're not in God of War season, not a lot of people are gonna watch it. I just know it. That's the issue with having niche channels. Like you won't. Yeah.
To me, what matters is that it's a big deal for the community, for people who care about that sort of stuff. It's not a massive discovery for like the millions out there.
Yeah.
It's just the discovery for us, people who are
hardcore
fans. People who care about this. Yeah.
Because I get it. If you're not into God of War, like, this is like, what are you guys talking about? It's like, to me, this is huge, man. Because like this game got split in two. God of War 3 goes to Sparta. I think there were other things that I wanted to talk about, but I don't remember now. Like, I'm just so hyped with this. Is there anything you wanted to talk about?
I mean, I have to say, like, we have to think about why this Deimos was cut out of the game in the first place, and obviously there was a good reason for it. I'm guessing, like, I think you nailed it with the gods aspect. I think if you had the end of Olympus and the destruction of the entire world, technically, and the brothers story, I think it would have been very busy. And I think honestly, it's wise that they got rid of Deimos in this game. As cool as that it would have been, maybe it would have elevated the story as well. There is a big danger of pulling the focus apart too much. But the game as it is just you kill gods all the way, and that's what it's about. Yeah. And people loved it for what it is, So I think it's wise. I don't, I do think it could have been better with Deimos, but we can't really complain because Ghost of Sparta is pretty great.
Oh, no, that's what I was going to say. I didn't want to end this video like on a negative note. I was like, oh, it would have been better. Like, yeah, I get it. Like, some things definitely would have been better, right? But Ghost of Sparta is as good as it is because of how it is. It's just like, it's a prequel. It kind of serves to, amped up Kratos as a villain arc. What's up, honey?
No, I was going to say, before you guys leave, why don't you take some questions from the chat?
Yeah.
We're talking in the chat.
I was glancing at it.
Yeah, I saw one. I saw someone mentioned the Deimos mark, because I don't know if you know this, not Deimos, sorry, Atreus' mark in 2018. Like, you can see that he has a little scar thing, and it kind of looks like Kratos' tattoo. And I don't know if that was going to be a reference or something to the marked warrior thing. That's something I noticed someone talking about. But is there anything from the chat that you saw that you wanted to talk about?
No, just people liking us and saying nice things about us. Mimir does mention Deimos regarding the wolves that pull the sled in the side quest. Yeah, I think because in Ragnarok, Kratos talks about Deimos with Freya. So if you do the wolf side mission with Atreus specifically, I think he brings it up or something, and that he lost a brother, which is a big deal, I guess, for Freya and Atreus to find out. But I don't think there are any specifics that would contradict the lore of the Greek saga and when specifically Deimos died. But I think the fact that Deimos gets killed by Kratos is a very big difference.
Yeah.
That is a massive change because obviously in Ghost of Sparta, Thanatos kills him.
Yeah, it's like I get it. Like in Ghost of Sparta, they're trying just to build up his character. It's like, I like the story of Ghost of Sparta because it's the moment where he loses his last shred of humanity. Like that's it. Like it's just like, you killed my brother, my mom is dead. Fuck Olympus, let's go, right? It's like it was the last thing, right? And in God of War 3, I don't know exactly what would have happened. Like he would have gone like insane or something, because I do see it as a Greek tragedy. Just coming back is exactly where he began, killing his family, right? And it could work as well. But again, if we're talking about the remakes, I think that's what you were talking about. It's like you wouldn't want to disrespect the previous games regarding of whether the original story would have been better or not, right? But yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. Like I something years back, I found out that I objectively like Hans Zimmer as a composer. I know this is gonna seem like a weird setup, because I kept listening to songs and I'm like, oh shit, it's Hans Zimmer, right? It's Hans Zimmer. Like it always ended up him. And the same thing has happened to me with Cory Barlog. Like every time I like something a little bit more than the other stuff, Cory Barlog is in it. And it's not just God of War. My favorite Tomb Raider game of the remakes is the first one, and he's the cinematics director. It's like there's something about this what do you call it? Gore lab of the rocks. I forgot the name.
Frost.
Frost. Like there's something about this guy. The way he writes his stories, it just, I don't know, they pull you in such an interesting way, and it's just, no other God of War writer has been able to do that yet. And it's just, I don't know, this Deimos story. God damn it, Cory, get your shit together, man. Just don't abandon projects anymore. Stop it. It's okay. I understand. Life is more important than games. I get that. But anyway,
I hope they stop being so. It's weird how protective they are over things that already happened. Like, because you asked Bruno about it, he couldn't comment on it. Cory said, oh, Deimos was supposed to be somewhere else, but he didn't specify where, even though the Greek saga was over at that point. They were making 2018 that when he said that. So I don't know why they're being so overly protective about stories that were already complete.
I think I know why. So, I think there is a reason. Like, and it was, I talked about it with God of War Betrayal. They usually end up, I don't want to say recycling because it sounds really bad, but just reusing these scenes, right? In the Betrayal mobile games, Kratos had to choose between Deimos and his family, and then that was moved to Chains of Olympus. And when you look at other games in the series, it's very similar, where they end up reusing these things, right? But we were talking about this before, and it's like, when I asked Bruno, I came in thinking like, oh, these are just gonna be enemies in God of War 3. This is gonna be like a reference to Ghost of Sparta that was gonna be released a couple of months after, right? But it turned out to be this whole other thing, which now makes sense why he said like no comment, because it's the entire story. Yeah, but
Ghost of Sparta already came out at that point. Like, there's nothing really much more you can do with Deimos at all. Like, I mean, the only reason why they would be so protective over it is maybe they knew remakes are coming at that point, and maybe they have some sort of narrative changes, which is why they don't want to, like, spoil anything for a game that wouldn't be out for a few years. I don't know. That's, like, the only possible explanation, because it's interesting. It's so cool to see, like, these concepts. Obviously, like, enemies jumped to the next game so many times.
The Chimera
was supposed.
The Chimera.
The Juggernaut, the elephant guy, and so on, was supposed to be in 3. So it's just interesting, and obviously there's so much we don't know and might not know, which is sad, but it's cool that we have hints like that.
That's why this whole like topic of cut content just amuses, like it just interests me so much, because this Deimos thing, it's not just the lost story of God of War 3. It was set up in God of War 1, and that was probably gonna be a whole different story. And then it got moved to the mobile games, and that was gonna be a whole different story. And then I got moved to God of War 3, and then I got to change to Ghost of Sparta.
Yeah, I know.
This is Inception layers of lost content. Like, what are we missing?
And then someone says on the comment where it says the Deimos costume for God of War 3 hits a little bit harder now. Like
the Deimos costume hits.
Yeah.
I wonder if,
be a hint.
but I don't know if that was a hint, because I think that came out like a year after God of War 3. Like, it was a bonus you could buy, or am I wrong?
Yeah, I think the code came with Ghost of Sparta.
Yeah.
So you get the skin in 3 when you buy Ghost of Sparta. But also the design of Deimos in Ghost of Sparta is pretty different from what Andy Park made.
Yeah.
So
it was more
probably
it was more demonic in God of War
retooled
3.
it.
Like, it was more like, gone insane type of thing.
Yeah, 'cause
well,
they
in Ghost of Sparta, they still were trying to. They were still trying to turn him around by the end, right? So they couldn't make him a fucking monster completely, right? But I don't know, dude. This to me, I just find this fascinating. This is as cool. Well, I was gonna say as cool as the next reveal, but no, it's not. But it's just it's just something like, I don't know, as someone
It's
who
history.
as someone who follows the series so close, to it. I just find this amazing, dude. But anyway, this was just a short, impromptu, like, podcast. I don't think we have anything else to talk about. Just
No.
What I was gonna say is watch Chronicler's videos. All of his videos. Why not? Watch his video on Deimos first, because his is essentially part 1. He's gonna go over like all the evidence, how he came to find this thing. Dude, I was mind blown when you showed me the God of War 2 mural thing.
Yeah. That's what started this whole thing. Because I'm like, who is this?
It's just
supposed to
weird,
be?
because I had seen that mural so many times, but I had never seen like the two little humans fighting at the center of it. So he discovered that. That was his thing 100%, right? So go and watch his video, and then go and watch mine, because mine is kind of like, the theory of how you put all of these things together and how this story would have looked like. And of course, because we found out after I uploaded, Deimos was gonna get his head cut off, most likely by Kratos. So thanks, Elijah Wood, for contributing to this little discovery, man. But
I've done it like a day earlier.
I don't know about Chronicler, but I'm gonna retire. I don't think my videos are gonna get any better than this. That's it. This is my retiring video. I'm kidding, of course.
Fair enough.
I'm kidding. But is there anything else you want to say to the people, Chronicler?
No, just I hope it's as big of a deal for you as it is for us, because I think it's an awesome discovery. It's a big deal for the community, and I think I'm just happy that me and Kuba simultaneously brought this thing together for you. And and I hope Santa Monica doesn't sue us for this.
Hey, they would have to sue Elijah Wood first. Okay, he broke the NDA.
Good point. Good point. Yeah, but watch the videos and subscribe to Kaptain Kuba.
And so to Chronicler, of course. And let us know. and let us know what you think of it. Let us know if you think this is as cool as we think we are. Because I don't know about you, man, but I'm just like, I'm fanboying here. I'm just like, woo, Diva. Like, it's just, he was going to be in it, man. All right. Well,
it's the fun part is like all the little bits, like how it all, like a little puzzle, it all came together.
We cooked, man. We cooked with this one.
Wow. That's right.
But I guess I'll end it here. Chronicler, again, man, thank you so much for working on this with me. Like, this was just an awesome collab. Let's see if we ever find something as cool as this in the future. We'll see. Yeah. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and until then, remember, go forth. In the name
of Olympus.
There you go, of Olympus. Bye.